With so many great 4x4s flying out of our prestige collection almost as quickly as they come in, we believe this one could be the next example of one of those. Even compared to more traditional offerings from brands like Land Rover, the Jaguar F-Pace is actually a very significant model, not only for Jaguar but also in the 4x4 sphere as a whole. Now we're going to get into that more in a second, but one of the key standouts of these is, of course, at least for the foreseeable future, this is Jaguar's last combustion engine vehicle. And of course in future, presumably all, if not most, Jaguars will be electric, so this is the last one you'll actually be able to fill up at the pump, which is a pretty nice advantage to have, certainly on long distance journeys. And another huge advantage of these is they are now, much like Range Rovers, coming into a price point where you really cannot justify not considering one. There's so much car for the money, a great looking vehicle as well, such as these are. They're also a little bit more modestly sized than something like a full-size Range Rover or, for example, an American 4x4, which of course is a huge advantage on UK roads, for parking, in cities, etc. On top of that though, this particular F-Pace is a 3-litre V6S in D300 form, and that actually means it's a lot quicker, a lot more powerful, but also a lot more economical than you'd probably think. On the one hand, you have 300 horsepower, 516 foot-pounds of torque, which means a 0 to 60 time, should you want it, of barely over 6 seconds. So these are no slouch. In fact, it's a 150 mile an hour 4x4, but at the same time, you can still average, with room for the kids, a dog, luggage, everything else, up to 47 miles to the gallon. And of course, on the motorway, which these are perfect for, as any Jaguar is, as high as 50, even its yearly road tax undercuts many of its 4x4 rivals by around £100, in some cases at $265 a year. That's about a third of the price of some 4x4s, which are in some cases well over £700. So not only are you saving on price, certainly compared to when these were new, but you're saving on fuel, road tax, and certainly having the advantage of that performance and pulling power as well. Returning to the point of that price though, this is what we're saying. It's coming into a point where you can really justify one of these as a family car, because this example is under £19,000. You can barely buy a brand new hatchback for that these days, and this is so much more car for the money. As you can tell, of course, it's got that dark leather with rhodium silver exterior. As mentioned before, these are fantastic looking cars, and also its mileage is very, very good as well. As a 2016 shaped car such as this one is, it's covered barely 62,000 miles, which for reference is 7,000 less than the average for one of these on the market. It has a full service history behind it as well, with those original 2 keys. In fact, it's only a 2-owner vehicle from brand new, but of course, being a Jaguar, it's not just about performance and economy and price. You want to know it's comfortable and well equipped as well. And this one certainly is. You have that sliding panoramic roof, heated steering wheel, which is a rarer option to find, multiple 12-volt power sockets, as well as auxiliary input, Bluetooth, touchscreen, of course built-in Wi-Fi, 10-speaker Meridian sound system with built-in USB as well, of course cruise control with that adaptive speed limiter, again perfect for the motorway, especially with that kind of fuel economy, front and rear parking sensors with reverse camera as well, naturally that power opening and closing tail, dual zone climate control, and as you'd assume, ISOFIX ready seats for the kids. So in other words, when you put all of these things together, but particularly with the cherry on the cake being their prices now are so attainable, so much more affordable, and it's vehicles like this which really do put the affordable and the prestige of our name together into a perfect platform. So if you are considering perhaps an F-Pace specifically, or even more broadly a family-oriented 4x4, these are a very, very desirable, fantastic looking, and extremely practical choice, certainly for this price point. So of course, if you would like to reach out regarding it, you could send us an email to the address shown here on screen, or of course give us a call on 01749 871 155 or on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.